message on the district manager unannounced.
Sorry, I can't hear.
Alright, so just the circuit sends a message, listen, in the next hour these people need to be there. So how do you plan your diary now around that?
Alright, so it does also happen to me that sometimes things happen on number 99 that I didn't plan for and that I had no idea was going to happen. So what we do is, every single person that we book in our diaries, we write down the telephone number if there's a cell phone, the office number if there's an office number, and the email address. So we've got 3 places to contact the person if we take the booking. So if at number 99 something happens, what we would normally do, if it is possible to move, we'll start phoning them one by one and reschedule for another day. If it's impossible to move, say for example, something like school visits. So yesterday I already had school visits planned to schools in Modimolle and PfP. Now, once I've sent a message to 5 schools, I don't move. So if they would send me thing on number 99, I would just say, oh, you're welcome to come, I'm not available. No, but I'm not available. So I've told the MEC before, I am not available. If you cannot book me 2 weeks in advance, I'm not available. You can still go back to Polokwane and then you're welcome to come back once you've scheduled an appointment. They learn really quickly. The circuit will also learn. The circuit is only doing it because all the principals are allowing it. Because if they were not allowing it, they would stop doing it. So in our case, the people that sort of has the most authority would be the Premier or the MECs or people like that. So in the beginning they used to do exactly the same. They'd phone me at 9 o'clock in the morning and say, the MEC is coming to Modimolle today. And then we would run around like mad people trying to make a plan to see them. Now, we just tell them, sorry, we're not available. We can send a councillor there to represent, or, sorry, not available. Sometimes they just have to be there on their own, or they have to go back. Because if they can't respect our diaries, and if they invite me for functions also, we've got a standard reply. If the function invite is closer than 10 days, you just send the reject message immediately. Sorry, if you can't plan longer than 10 days before, please don't invite us, because we can't fulfill it. Because I run my diary at least 14 days ahead of time. Sometimes 21 days ahead of time. I can't allow them to come run my life for me. So the other thing that we also do, and it links in with technology, because we also do Google Calendar. So I don't know if any of you uses Google Calendar. So Google Calendar is very handy. So nearly everybody you would ever deal with has a Google or email or an Outlook address. And if we book meetings in advance, especially if the meetings has more than 2 people in it, we'll send a Google invite on that same day we do the booking. We'll link all the email addresses. The day before we'll send out a Google Calendar note, and that same day, normally Google Calendar will also remind you. So we book it in the diary, but we also book it on Google Calendar. The good thing is, if you have it booked on Google Calendar, it will automatically tell you there's a clash. So you can't book 2 meetings at the same time, or you can't book 2 meetings that overlap. So if it's on Google Calendar, it's there. And you can send Google Calendar to your phone, or to your work address, or to your secretary, or whoever is involved in running your diary. So my next question is, how many of you sitting here have a diary? How many people have a diary? Okay? Right, how many people don't have any diary? Okay, how many people use the diary that you've got? Right, few. Who has already bought the diary for 2020? Anybody bought a diary for 2020? You've already got a diary for 2020. I personally, in my situation, and I think for the principals as well, Don, I'm not sure exactly how you manage it in the other diary, but yes. Because I cannot run my life without a diary, and I think as a school principal, neither should you. Because what happens is if you don't have a diary, you tend to forget things. And you tend to double schedule, or you tend to not arrive, or you tend to be late, or you tend to not know what's going on in your life. Because what happens if you don't have a diary, or you have a diary but you don't use it, is you don't know what's going on. And somebody would phone you and you would say, yes, I can. In the meantime, you've already said yes to somebody else last week or the week before. That person remembered it because they have a diary and you don't. I think it's absolutely absolutely vital that each person, a professional person, must have a diary in writing and electronically. So electronically on Google Calendar. 2, I think you have to have it with you every day, and you do not say yes to anything if you've not checked what's in your diary. Actually, your very first answer always should be, I'm sorry, yes, you know what, let me just quickly check my diary, then I will come back to you. You don't say yes to any appointment if you've not checked what's in your diary. Because you also need to give yourself time to think, do you really want to see that person? Because remember, a diary can also be used as a delay tactic, right? So I get difficult people who wants to sometimes see me, and a diary is very effective for that too. So you can just say, oh yes, of course I want to see you, Mr. Sorry, what's your name again? Yes, I'm available in, I think it's the 20th of March 2020. Yes, no, nothing before then. So it can also be used as a delay tactic. So if you don't want to see the person this week, and you know why they want to see you, you just continue to schedule the appointment a little bit further ahead of time. They'll get the message eventually that you don't want to see them at all. Because sometimes people are just irritated, and they want to continue to see you about the same things over and over. The other thing that I think is important to know is that you must make sure that you always calculate how much time it's going to take you between appointments. Because I travel a lot of the times between different towns, and I know you as principals also have to travel. So you must schedule driving time or change over time between meetings. You can also not be forced into a situation where, for example, you have your first meeting at 9 o'clock in Valwater and your second meeting at 10 o'clock in Modimolle. Will it be realistic? No. Because from Apollo to Modimolle is going to take you 40 minutes. The chances of you finishing an appointment in 20 minutes are very slim. So you want to make sure you schedule in your driving, and you must block out your driving times in your diary. So if you know you're going to go from Modimolle to Mugopong, you do your one meeting there, you mark there, need to leave this time, and you mark your driving time, and then you can only schedule your next appointment for the next time. Because if you don't allow for your driving times, you're not managing your time well. Now, I'm very lucky. I know you guys are maybe not so lucky, but I have a driver, so I get to work. That's one of the ways how I manage my time, because most of the times I don't have to drive myself. I have somebody driving my car. So I use my driving time as a time to read documents, answer emails, answer WhatsApps, post on social media, those kind of things. Because it gives me the opportunity. Nobody can walk in and come and bother me. My driver never speaks to me, ever actually, if I don't speak to him. Because he knows that when I'm sitting at the back of that car, my brain is going at 180 kilometers an hour, trying to do 150 things at the same time. Writing in my book, doing WhatsApp, doing this, all at the same time. So he never speaks to me, ever. Because he knows I have to focus, because that is like my office hours. Because if I'm in my actual office, there are always people wanting to see me. So driving time gives me time to work actually. We agree with this. How to manage your time? Sometimes you need to take hours when nobody's with you to do the most important things. I know in my family, my son and my husband normally goes to bed at around 9 o'clock at night at the latest. So my most effective or productive time is between 9 and 12 at night. So if I really have important documents or files or agendas or things I need to go through, that's when I do it. So when everybody's gone to bed, television is off, radio is off, there's nothing on, between 9 and 12 I can be very productive. I can read through a lot of documents in that time, and I always read with a pen. So I would never go through a document not with a pen in my hand, because whenever I would read through something, I will make sure I underline or I make a note. I write in everything, books, whatever. If you go through my community building or my flawless consulting or my time to think, you'll see I write in all my books. Because one of the ways that I use my brain to remember things is I need to write it down, or I need to underline it, or I need to mark it. It also helps me if I need to scan it the next few times. So if I need to go back and I say, what was it again? I can quickly go, because I know if it was important, I would have marked it. So it's one of the ways that I use my time better, but I don't have to read through the same document in detail twice, because the first time I read it, I make sure that I mark all the important areas, so that if I ever have to read it again, I never read the whole thing twice again. The next time, I'm only scanning for my notes. Because the first time I would have gone through it, I would have had a pen in my hand, and I would have marked if there was important things. So then I don't have to read through the same thing twice ever again. Also, I know you guys also deal with agendas, isn't it? When you go to meetings. You know what I do for agendas to make my time more effective? A lot of the times you get an agenda, and then you quickly go through it at home, and when you get to the meeting, you have to read in detail to find out what's going on. What I do when I do an agenda, and I do it for all my meetings, if there are 10 agenda items, and you have the agenda in front of you, and I even do it for chapters in books if it's important books to read, I mark my agendas. So next to every single agenda item I would have gone through, I would put a circle like this. If I know it's an item that I need to be concerned about, or that there's a lot of things that I'm wondering, or something important, I put a cross through it. So it means that the item is not cleared, or the chapter is not clear. If there's something that I want to discuss, I would leave it open. So there's a discussion point. If I know that I'm done, I don't actually have to look at it ever again, I put a right tick. So if you go through any of my council agendas, and it helps because I have to discuss a lot of things with people afterwards, to go through any of my agendas, if you open the file, you'll be able to see immediately which of the items I want to either have an issue on, or I need a discussion on, or it's fine, there's no issue there. So then I never have to read through my whole agenda afterwards. If I look at my first page of my meeting, I've already ticked all my items and I know exactly what happens at each of those items. It helps with making me more effective, because there's a lot of things sometimes I have to do in the same day. I can't waste my time doing the same things over and over. So if I have to do it once, I do it properly. So I don't have to do it again the next time. The next time I can just check it, and then I know immediately. Time management and diary planning is, you really have to be very strict. And a lot of the times, and I know parents, I mean, I've also had parents at my school when I was a teacher, and even as a teacher, you must never allow a parent to interrupt you when you're in a class or when you already have somebody on. For some reason, a lot of parents think you work for them. It's not how it works. They don't work for, or you don't work for them. They can't come and demand. You are the professional person. They don't come tell you how to do your job. And when I was a teacher, I would never allow a parent to come to my class and discuss anything with me or interrupt me when I'm busy with something. I would just say, I'm very sorry, I do not allow this. You are welcome to schedule an appointment with me, or write me a note. I will contact you back and schedule an appointment with you. That's it. Sorry. And you don't entertain it. And the thing is, if you have a demeanor where you don't take shit, then you just don't take it. It's as easy as that. It's when you are too nice sometimes that they think they can run away. And that's when your own time, you start running behind people because you allow it. So I think in Flawless Consulting, they talked quite a bit about assertiveness. It's where assertiveness comes in. Because if you are assertive, people will not be allowed to walk over you or push you into something. So you must really use that assertiveness to actually manage your time and your diary.
I have given up, but from today I'll revive myself. I've given up on a diary. I used to buy my diaries in October. And there's calendars. And for the past 3-4 years, I have allowed, as we say, to be pushed over. So in the Department of Education, a plan does not help anymore. So, but from this presentation, I'll go back, take my authority.
Do you have a secretary?
Yes, I do. Well, we call it secretaries because people who help us. Yes,
yes, you have people that assist you.
Yeah.
You must also give your secretary a diary, and what you do is, you don't keep your own diary. Buy your diary for 2020 and start by giving it to your secretary. And whenever somebody asks you anything, to see you or for a meeting, all you say is, I've got a secretary assisting me, go and speak to my secretary about making an appointment. And you don't make an appointment. You don't. Even if they push you for a day, you just say, I'm very sorry, I have a secretary with my diary. And then before you see anybody, you ask, is the person scheduled in my diary? So if somebody arrives, you say, I'm very sorry, is the person scheduled? And if she says no, you say, I'm very sorry, can you please schedule an appointment? Then I can see you next time. And please make sure to say, what do you want to see me about?
Oh, thank you for that.
What do you want? It's the vital question, because want to see people if you don't know what you are seeing them about? Then you are unprepared.
We are being pushed over as principals through the WhatsApp. There is no more planning in the Department of Education. This Sunday at 7 in the evening, a WhatsApp came in saying 12 o'clock tomorrow, principal and the RCN at the second office. When there's another meeting at 12 o'clock for the principal in Modimolle. And those WhatsApp compete just like this for days and time, and you've got to be everywhere, every day. You call them distractors. You've seen them. You call them distractors. We just are running around like headless chickens.
You know what the thing is, Joseph? You allow it.
I agree.
So what the thing is actually, if somebody sends you that message on Sunday night at 7 o'clock, you should be replying with a message to say, thank you very much, I've received your message. Unfortunately, I already have something else scheduled in my diary and I will be unable to attend. Sorry, I can't.
Assertiveness.
Yeah, sure. And if he sends a message back, you say, thank you, your input is received. Unfortunately, I already have something scheduled. I'll be unable to attend. Please accept my apology. Next time, I'll really appreciate it if you can let me know in advance. Thank you. Bye-bye.
It is, because it's the department that can't plan, because
Yes.
they're not supposed to be sending it out on a Sunday
No.
night at 7.
No.
I mean, schools close at Friday afternoon at 1 and 2, so...
You know what? I can just maybe say, Brenda, I'm going to give you an opportunity now. I just want to say, Joseph, this is a simple example. When I started working in the municipality in 2016, I had 600 employees, 28 councillors, and people from all the departments in this province coming there for meetings and things. They could never start on time, those people. You could never get them to a meeting on time. You could somehow know if the meeting was scheduled at 9 o'clock, people will arrive at 10:30, okay? Others will somehow not arrive at all.
You've lost a huge opportunity. So you go out, you are now getting strengthened. Remember, you are the first layer, and you are being equipped to be a big change agent. And you will get the change that you are prepared to stand up for and make. So you may not have 100% success, but at least you will stand up after this program and say, this is what we were taught, this is what we believe, this is what we want to implement, and this is what we're going to implement. So in order to collaborate and make sure that my school gets the best attention, my 4-layer stakeholder get what they deserve, and the department gets what they deserve. Let's work together and see how we can better plan in the... You have nothing to lose, it can't go worse than what it is, but your appeal may just fall on fallow ground. Because remember, the department supporting PfP, 80% of you that's here was handpicked by Ms. Mandela and Ngubeni to be here. And they would expect to see some fruits of this, and this would be a real fruit that you can take to them. The second thing I want to say is the success of managing your diary will be as strong as your diary assistant. So it's very important that that person is very well capacitated and understand, and is somebody that can be assertive yet polite. And let me just finish here. And then the other thing is to ensure that you schedule time with that assistant. It's no point your diary is in the hand of an assistant, you never engage, and when you run out of the office you grab this and you are not prepared anyhow, and it just becomes another hurdle in the process. To have effective time management, you really have to have a supernatural relationship with your diary assistant. I know Marlene and Hester works like this. I've been in corporate life my whole life, and the success of managing your time and planning your diary is how well the relationship between those people are. Because you also do not want an assistant who can't answer the phone, who can't take down numbers, who can't be polite, who can't be a promoting face for the cause cause you're standing for. So it is all good and well to say, pass it there, but unless you build the capacity there, you will be set up for failure. So I just wanted to bring this in because I do from time to time phone into the schools, and you all land with individuals that struggles to understand, to write down, to call back into it. So it's really, you have to incapacitate an individual that will be treating your client, because everybody asking for a meeting with you is your client, is the client of the school and the client of the department, and has to be treated with the same dignity as if you were speaking to them.
Meeting to send the office of the mayor did not inform the circuit manager about visiting and motivating the mentors. So he indicated for us to say we could have left the mayor along with other teachers come and attend the meeting.
And we communicate with Madela. So we send it to Madela and she's supposed to send it to all the circuit managers. So it's again a Department of Education balls up because they don't communicate with each other.
And that's you, Mr. Muthamela. I'll charge you.
If you attend.
No,
He was not there.
you did not attend my meeting, but you attended the mayor's meeting. According to my plan, that is what came first. To that guy, Sipo, he just said that. I said, not in this place. Actually, you were. And the principal, the following week, he wrote a letter to say,
To resign.
I'm leaving. It depends with who you're working with. I'm telling you, with the parents that we are having at Mokopo, this is what you see with the learners behaving at that area. I don't know with you, Joseph. Maybe at your areas it is better. When a parent comes, even if you have a diary, listen, give promise if it is promisable. If no promise, give attention, go back to your work. It will never happen.
Really?
I don't know. Maybe with you.
I know, I know his parents had me to send us secondary school.
You know what really happened at my school? In the morning, one we seated, a group of parents, I think it was brothers and sisters, they came to beat one of the teachers. Yes, they got into the staff room, they didn't even want to see the principal.
They come to beat the teacher.
Yeah, they were asking teachers, because we were from the staff room after a briefing, to say, are you, they said, this one is the short one, she was wearing a suit. They said, yeah, a suit, are you, when she speaks, they said, it's him! And then the teacher was like reprimanded, he said, they nearly beat the teacher. Then the other educators came and said, what's wrong? They said, no, he beat our son yesterday, and the child reported alone. He said, no, the teacher slapped me because I don't know what happened in class. And thereafter, the parents came. It was a brother, a sister, an uncle. I think they were 5.
Director, you relate to us. Ask him.
What's
Ask
that?
him.
She gave an instruction and we don't need to respond back to it. You just have to comply. Even if she's imposing on you.
The person might need to talk about something that I was not prepared at that particular time. And they said, okay, next week on this day you follow us 250 kilometers in a meeting at Palala. And then you have to comply.
Because you said no response.
This is the situation we find ourselves in.
Our principals are going through, and really when we get in your shoes, it's hot in the oven. But I'm glad for PfP. You know, whenever there's something that is resisted, you know it's the best. And bringing something new into a culture that has been embedded in people, someone can die to try to change. Hence, this group, this cycle is determined. That's why you are here. You are bringing change into the education. It's not a secret that the education in South Africa, it's in shambles.
Yeah.
These are the things that we are looking at. The same officials. Hence, someone has to have the guts to say we want to bring change. And PfP is bringing that change, but it will be challenged, tested, tried. But we are here to go ahead. They will recognize It's true that the issue of assertiveness, when you are a leader, you are working with different characteristics of people. We are pastors, we understand. Parents come to you directly. People come to you, speak to you about whatever they want. As your pastor, you are challenged. But if you know this is the right thing, you don't back off. You make your head as strong as a flint, but it's challenging. We hear you. This is practical. It's real.
I wish I was a pastor.
Yes. So it's all in all, it's applying these principles. They work. They are working. They are really working. When we're dealing with in the flawless consulting, when you recognize resistance, how do you deal with it? This is a practical aspect to say you are seeing resistance. You see it, you name it, and then how do you deal with it?
But I think we should start somewhere.
Yes.
Because after I know where we were and where we are now, I see it's not the same. But I was despondent on the diary. The last 2 years, I just
You gave up.
gave up and said, no, the diary issue. But I'm saying to my colleagues and to myself, I think we should use the same medicine that the department is applied to them today. And one of our strategies where we need to start is when we do the readiness for the next year. We are requested to do the year plan and our meetings and stuff. And they approve those things.
Yes, and then you
So
must
I think we need to do them as accurate, as best as we can. Send them in, they sign in January, then they say this, and then you say, I'm engaging my diary, and you approve this.
Yes.
And can allow me to go on with the thing that we approved, and then I think we need to
No, it's a good
apply the
idea.
same medicine that they are using.
It's a very good idea.